Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Delta Entertainment. I am your host, Lincoln Kenobi, and we have two articles from yesterday also that we are going to be talking about. One is going to be from not just Chris Evans returning to the fold in the MCU, but also Hayley Atwell, who will be returning as well. And also, we have the special reasoning why Sony did not allow to have Spider-Man in the movies like Venom, Morbius, and Craven. This is a doozy. So let's see what we got here on this first. Let's talk about the first article that we have. Avengers Endgame star Hayley Atwell to reprise Agent Carter role for Avengers Doomsday. So, as you know about Hayley Atwell, she is familiar with being working on Captain America: The First Avenger, Captain America, Age of Ultron. She had a cameo surprise. She was also in Captain America. No, I said it wrong. Avengers: Age of Ultron. I knew I said it wrong. And then the Captain America, the Winter Soldier. So, and she was also an Agent of Shield, and then also Agent Carter in her two seasons. But she also played Captain Carter in Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness, and then she did her voice actress as Lara Croft in the Tomb Raider animated series, which the Tomb Raider did not work out well for fans. So let's read what we got in this article. But she is a very talented actress, I'll give her that. The cast of Marvel Studios' Avengers Doomsday continues to grow, and the latest additions is the fan favorite Hayley Atwell, who Deadline is reporting has signed on to reprise her role as Agent Peggy Carter in the Russo brothers directed blockbuster. This latest casting news comes just days after the bombshell report that Chris Evans was set to return as Steve Rogers in the hotly awaited film, with the report claiming he'll be adopting the Nomad mantle this time rather than returning as Captain America, having passed that legacy on to a worthy successor. In addition to Evans, Atwell joins a star cast featuring Robert Downey Jr., Tom Holland, Benedict Cumberbatch, Anthony Mackie, Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Ebon Moss Backrack, Joseph Quinn, Sebastian Stan, Florence Pugh, Wyatt Russell, and David Harbour. While plot details remain scarce, the film will see Earth's mightiest heroes square off against notorious Doctor Doom and will ultimately set the stage for 2027's Avengers Secret Wars. In another interesting wrinkle, it sounds like both Evans and Atwell were in previous talks for a standalone Stephen Peggy movie prior to signing on for Doomsday. But since Marvel Studios was unable to crack a story on a solo feature, both sides came to an agreement to bring the iconic Lovebirds back for the next Avengers adventure instead. Let's just hope they keep their happy ending intact. Yeah, and this is just about Peggy Carter doing her roles and everything. So, what do you think, man? I mean, Hayley Atwell's a really nice. She's a very talented actress. I like her. She's very talented. She's getting ready to do the last Mission Impossible movie. So, and I liked her when she was doing the last Mission Impossible, which was the damn it, I know it's Final Reckoning is the second one. I think it was just the Reckoning Part 1, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was just the Reckoning. That's why I was trying to think about the title for a minute there. Sorry about that. But, yeah, she did a pretty good job in that role with Tom Cruise. But, we'll see. We'll see how this turns out. You guys let me know in the comments what you guys think. Now, we're going to get on the second topic. News reports reveals real reasons Sony never used Spider-Man in movies like Venom, Morbius, and Craven the Hunter. Now, I'm going to say this. The Morbius was fine. It could have done better. The Venom trilogy, I did not like the change they made with Eddie, with Venom, how Eddie Brock became Venom and all. I did not like that. And then with Kraven the Hunter, to me that was like one of my favorites. For now, a standalone, it was one of my favorites. But still, as a comic book fan, those three movies did not work without Spider-Man. Everybody's trying to figure out, why wouldn't Sony allow this? Why wouldn't Sony try to put Spider-Man in there? It's not like he's going to take over the movie. It's not like he was taking over the movie. Just put him in there as a cameo or something, you know? That way, because if you remember, and all you comic book fans out there, Spider-Man, the villains were not introduced on their own solo story. They were introduced facing off Spider-Man, Kraven, Morbius, Venom. They were all facing Spider-Man. So, these standalone movies that they put up there, it wasn't going to work. So, I'm glad it just ended, bro. I'm glad this ended, but let's take a read and see. Here's the reason. Let's get the reason what's going on. Earlier this week, it was reported that Kraven the Hunter would mark the end of Sony's Spider-Man universe. Variety has now chimed in, somewhat disputing that claim. According to the trade, there technically never was any sort of shared universe for these characters. Both Madam Web, Kraven the Hunter were billed as standalone movies, but only after Morbius, clearly set in the same world as Venom, bombed. Acknowledging that Sony now intends to focus on its Spider-Man projects, it's apparent these spin-off movies are being put on ice. The looming box office failure of Kraven the Hunter almost certainly signifies the end of this endeavor at the studio. The report explains which one knowledgeably insider at Sony imputed to an industry-wide irrational exuberance about superheroes that has ultimately led to the overall diminishment of the genre's primacy as the leading force at the box office. Now, Kraven, what they're saying is, sorry about that, I'm not feeling well a little bit for some reason. So, right now, the Kraven the Hunter, so far, it only made $2 million on Thursday's release. And plus, when I was in the movie theater, I didn't have that many. I probably had maybe, I would guess, maybe about 15 people in the theater. 15 people, and that's not a lot of people. That ain't a full crowd. So, I mean, it's just bad, bro. It was just bad. And like I said, dude, for someone, and when I did my review, I did both perspectives as a comic book fan and as not a comic book fan. And I combined it together, and I believe it was fine. It was fine. It just wasn't gonna make the cut. And if they had Spider-Man in there, it would have been much better. Much better if they had Spider-Man. But they didn't. So, while those same insiders fiercely defend the success of the Venom trilogy, each new installment has still made less than the previous effort. However, The Last Dance, earning more overseas than Let Me Be Carnage, may not have seen the last of the Lethal Protector. And they're talking about is that they're trying to bring Agent Venom involved. They're trying to bring Agent Venom involved. If you've watched my video on the Agent Venom rumor video, if you haven't, check that out, and you'll see what I'm talking about real quick. It's later explained that the success of 2018's Venom presented Sony with the false impression that audiences would flock to see a movie about any Spider-Man character without Spider-Man in the film. So, according to the Sony source, Disney's deal with Sony never stopped the latter studio from including Spider-Man in these spin-off projects. The trade notes. But there was a feeling within the studio that audiences would not accept Holland's Spidey suddenly popping up in a live-action film. That wasn't a part of the MCU, especially after Spider-Man No Way Home and Marvel Studios projects Loki and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness established definitive boundaries to the Marvel multiverse. That forced Sony to heavily reshooting Morbius to explain how Michael Keaton could show up in another universe. Based on this report, it appears that the studio believed fans would happily assume the Living Vampires movie and Venom just took place elsewhere on Earth 62616. Sony is aware that these movies aren't working and is likely to be more discerning about its future endeavors. As one veteran producer puts it, you can feel the system a mile away. They're grinding out product and it feels like there's no quality control. For what it's worth, the Cosmic Circus, Alex Perez, has also just shared the following. So, I already read this reason up the top, but I'm going to read this again right here. So, the reason why Sony never used Tom Holland's Spider-Man in the spin-off films is because they thought that we wouldn't accept Tom Holland's Spider-Man appearing in the MCU. Now, that is full of bullshit, bro. That's fucking excuse. That's a piss poor excuse right there, man. Come on, dude. I mean, if you didn't want to use Tom Holland, you could have used Andrew Garfield. You could have used either Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire. But come on, man. Either one of those three would have been perfect. Of course, you couldn't use Tom Holland with Venom because Venom was another parallel universe besides Tom Holland. You could have used Andrew Garfield in the Venom series, and then Tom Holland, you could have used it with Kraven the Hunter or Morbius. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, you could have used either. There are 3 Spider-Mans. You could have used either one of them for those movies. But you blew it. You blew your chances. You blew the chance, man. And that really disappointed the fans, bro. And I don't know why they do this, man. Every time. This damn stupid ad. Yeah, this ad just popped up, man. And I don't know. There we go. Well, let me see if I can get it now. I doubt it. There we go. I ruined it. Oh well. Don't worry about it. Well, anyways, you guys let me know what you think of this of these articles. Well, anyways, thank you for watching this video and thank you for being in the channel. If you like this video, hit the like button, share this video, post a comment below, let me know your thoughts, and if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button for me. Alright guys, thank you all so much. I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.